Welcome to Ross Flybox. Today we're going to tie the Skittle Special. The Skittle Special is a variant of my Skittle pattern, tied along a larger scale and using some of the characteristics of a carry special. Let's go over how to tie it. You're going to think this pattern is a little large, a little odd for your standard trout nymph, but it's very effective for me, especially in late season and when the water's getting a little heavier. And they do take this, and quite effectively. We're going to start out with a size 10 woolly bugger hook and black flat waxed nylon. You're going to start off leaving about an 8-inch tag. Tag here, so you're going to leave some extra. And you're going to start your thread behind the eye and wrap your base. Bring it back to the point of the barb and then stow away your tag. Like I said, this is a pretty long tag. You can be too short, but you can't really be too long. The next material you're going to tie in is a half dozen peacock herl. Remember, this is tied in the same form as the Skittle. So this is a bundled body, tied in the same fashion. The hackle and the herl and the ribbing. In this case, the ribbing is the flat waxed. And you're going to trim the ends of your 6 herl and bring your thread back to the front. About 2 eye lengths back, you're going to tie in your herl and then bind down over it. Bring them back to the point of the barb and leave your thread. The next material you're going to tie in is orange dyed saddle, grizzly saddle. You can use ginger too. I've got some Keo orange dyed that works very effectively. I think the orange is probably my best color for this pattern. You're going to tie that in and bind over it, and then you're going to bring your thread up to the 2 eye lengths back point again. At this point, you're going to pull all your materials together. You're going to sweep it back to where you're going to be able to grab all your materials, and you're going to grab them with your hackle pliers. Now you can use a dubbing tool if you want. I use a shepherd's hook for this, and you're going to twist your rope. And you're going to twist it until you start to see the flare out right here. Once you see that flare out start, you don't want to go too much tighter. You don't want to start breaking herl. And you're going to wrap forward. You're just going to palmer this, one in front of the other. It should provide you a nice level body. Remember, we didn't apply any weight to this pattern. No bead head, no underbody lead. And when you get farther up, put a few more turns to the tip end. Like I said, you don't want to over wrap this. Just one in front of the other. Keep even tension. And you're going to bring it up to that point where you will tie off where your thread is sitting. And like I said, it's very similar to the Skittle. The body is very similar to the Skittle, tied in the same fashion with the rope. Tie that off, And with this particular pattern, and especially with the flat wax, I like to give 2 quick whip finishes because the flat wax will slide forward on you if you won't watch yourself. This is tied heavy. It's a lot of material. Like I said, this isn't exactly what you would expect out of your classic technical trout stream, but I have not found a stream that was too technical for the fish to eat this. One of my favorite patterns. Next pattern you're going to tie, or material you're going to tie in, is a hen pheasant shoulder hackle. I like to take my thumb, smash that quill a little bit, just flex it, soften it up just a bit. And we're going to tie that in good and tight. Bring your thread to the front. Now I'm not going to worry too much. Notice I didn't prep the underside of this hackle. I'm not that worried about the quill or the hackle spinning. I'll sweep it back a little bit. Make sure I don't trap. That's the only thing I'm really worried about. You can use that whole large hackle. And bring it all the way up to the eye. And we're going to tie off. And clip our off our tip. At this point, I like to make sure all the barbs are separated. And then sweep it back and wrap your head. Don't go too crazy. You're tying with flat wax that's kind of large. Just sweep it back, capture it. And 3-turn whip finish. Couple strands there got caught. And once you got your head finished and cleaned off, one quick dab, Sally Henson's, let that soak in, lock that flat wax in place, and there it is. The Skittle Special. Very effective for me. I drift this with a split shot as the lead fly. A lot of times I'll put an egg behind it. But a very effective pattern. Let it free drift. Don't weight it. I find it works better when it's unweighted and without a bead. Very buggy pattern, and fish just seem to like it. Hope this adds to your box. Good luck. See you in the water.